ในช่วงของ World Update วันนี้นะคะเราไปติดตามกันกับเรื่องราวของภูมิภาคอาเซียนภูมิภาคดาวเด่นนะคะที่ตอนแรกหลายคนอาจจะมีความกังวลค่ะว่าเศรษฐกิจสหรัฐที่มีการฟื้นตัวอย่างต่อเนื่องจะทำให้อาเซียนมีความน่าสนใจน้อยลงแต่ว่าไตรมาสแรกผ่านไปนะคะอาเซียนยังมีความน่าสนใจแล้วก็มีการเติบโตที่โดดเด่นนะคะในมุมมองของนักลงทุนต่างชาติซึ่งวันนี้นะคะเราจะมาพบกันกับคุณเซเรนาเลสมินาค่ะ Head of Indonesia Research นะคะจากทาง CLSA ให้เกียรติพิเศษกับทาง Money Channel ค่ะ
Thank you for having me here. The forum so far has been quite good. This is the second day. I've been very busy. I think the interest from investors on ASEAN countries is actually increasing. We had a bit of a downturn last year when Trump won the presidency and money flew out from the emerging market, including in the ASEAN market. But it's good to see the interests are back.
So is it a short term only that the money flew out from the ASEAN market?
The money hasn't flown back in because there's a lot of expectation that U.S. economy is going to accelerate.
Okay.
But I think eventually when this ASEAN market is becoming more attractive, which I really think the time is now, then we will see fund coming back.
What are the positive factors that you think that will be the reason that the money will fly back?
For Indonesia specifically, economy will continue to recover. So this year we expect the GDP growth to be 5.1% compared to last year, about 5%. And also political uncertainty, I think hopefully will also subside, and that will give reason for investors to start investing. Especially the market is not expensive at this stage.
How do foreign investors view the Indonesian market at the moment?
They think it's attractive from the valuation perspective, not as high as last year, and they do believe that there will be earnings growth this year. Because last year economy was still quite soft, so the aggregate earnings actually only grew about 5%. But this year we expected a rebound by 17%. So with that rebound, the market becomes less expensive. But they are actually very concerned about the political situation now in Indonesia. This is actually surrounding Jakarta election, which will happen on the 19th of April. It's a second round, so two candidates are fighting against each other. It remains to be seen who will win because the chances are now 50-50.
Okay.
But why they are concerned is because the incumbent, who is a very good reformist, is fighting for his second term.
Okay.
But there is now a trial case against him on a blasphemy case. And while he's on trial, the opponent is actually using it as an ammunition to fight against him. So this election becomes a highly politicized thing, and investors are worried if the outcome is not the favorable one, then the market will have there will be a negative reaction on the market.
Which side does the market favor more?
They want the incumbent to win. Because if the incumbent wins, then it's for sure that Indonesia, well, Jakarta first, will continue on its reform because this guy has done a lot of changes in Jakarta. So not just on the infrastructure, but also on bureaucracy.
Okay.
But if he loses, then it just opens up another uncertainty whether the winner can continue, because the other opponent actually comes from someone who has no experience in running a city. So there's be another uncertainty for the market.
But is this factor is big enough to affect the equity market in Indonesia?
I think it's short term. Yeah, definitely there will be a knee-jerk reaction if this guy loses. His name is Ahok, by the way. If he loses, I think there will be a short-term volatility on the market. But I think at the end of the day, if the president can continue with its reform without having Jakarta under his control, because this president, he was a governor of Jakarta, so he works really closely with this incumbent Ahok. So therefore, people see it as a risk to the presidential election. What if President Jokowi loses Jakarta? But I think if he can continue what he's doing without Ahok supporting him in Jakarta, then I think the market will still be okay. So it'll be a knee-jerk reaction, but then I think the market will rebound if he can maintain his reform agenda.
In your view now, what is the current situation for the Indonesian equity market?
That's why it's not going anywhere. The political uncertainty is the cause why the market has been flat.
But
since
comparing to
November last
other
year.
countries in the ASEAN region, how does it perform?
Relatively underperform, to this date. So unfortunately, it will still be like this for the next 1 month until the second round election happens, which is on the 19th of April. So it's kind of moving sidebound, and then we'll see after that. Commodity will be one because we're very lucky that we have this commodity tailwind for Indonesia. Coal prices, CPO price has increased in second half last year, so that does help the economy. Because for Indonesia, commodity regions, they are about 40%, they contribute about 40% to our GDP. So it's actually quite high. And part of the reasons why we had slowed down the past actually five years was because of the collapse in the commodity prices. So it provides a tailwind, consumption will pick up, and therefore I recommend investors to buy commodity stocks. But other than commodity sectors, we're also bullish on the banks and also conglomerate Astra. So for instance, on the banks last year, there were a lot of NPL problems, asset quality issues. This year it will be better. And then loan growth was quite soft last year. I think this year will improve as well because we're seeing business activities will continue to pick up.
Okay.
And then Astra is a conglomerate market proxy. It's a stock that I like. It's very liquid. Investor is watching it closely. And this company has businesses. It's a proxy to consumption in Indonesia. So they have businesses in commodities. They also have auto business and a bank. And all the subsidiaries are expected to do well this year.